Welcome to East Texas Explorer. I'm Bianca.
And I'm Jakara. Thanks for tuning in. Today we got a show packed with stories about people, places, and organizations right here in East Texas.
From local landmarks to Texas legends, today's show is jam-packed with content you don't want to miss.
So don't touch your remote. East Texas Explorer begins now. We're going to start today by getting to know a state-appointed official who moonlights as an author and public speaker. He's also a lover of the Colt 45. Who is a Texas legend? For this story, here's Khaki Holland.
At a recent seminar held in Longview, Texas, Bill O'Neill thrilled audience members with an informative and fascinating lecture on gunfighterology and the history of Texas gunfighting tales. Bill O'Neill is an American author who has written 42 books and more than 300 articles and book reviews on the American West, including gunfights, lawmen, and ghost towns. O'Neill was also a U.S. and Texas history professor at Panola College for nearly 40 years. In 2012, O'Neill was appointed by Texas Governor Rick Perry as the Texas State Historian.
Of course, I'm proud of my appointment as State Historian of Texas, sworn in by the governor. What a moment that was. That's sort of the crown to your career.
O'Neill is also particularly proud of a couple other monumentous occasions in his life, including the honorary doctorate of letters he received a few months ago from his alma mater, Texas A&M Commerce. O'Neill has written more books than anyone else who has ever graduated from A&M Commerce. O'Neill was also extremely honored that a new dormitory was recently named for him at Panola College. He said the dedication was very special to him because he spent most of his adult life teaching at Panola, and it meant a great deal to him. When asked which famous gunfighter from history that he would most like to sit down and have dinner and a conversation with, he declared none other than Wild Bill Hickok.
It'd have to be Wild Bill Hickok. Prince of the Pistoliers. There's so much to talk about with him. Had a wonderful, adventurous career. I'd love to talk to him about his years in the West.
For East Texas Explorer, I'm Khaki Holland.
Now we shift from one Texas legend to another. Nacogdoches has many historic sites, but one particular is even on the National Historical Registry. It's unique and holds a lot of history. Here's Milana Davis with the story.
The Nacogdoches Railroad Depot is one of the town's most historic sites. After being built since the early 1900s, it is still standing. It is the only passenger station on the old Houston West and East Texas Railroad line that hasn't been destroyed. It's been restored and remodeled.
This was originally open and functioning. It was segregated. So this room we're in now was the colors section, and the next door over there was for whites. And so that's kind of interesting there, especially since this room was small.
Yeah. The Railroad Depot holds many artifacts that were found or left behind from when the depot was still running, some including lanterns, tools, and even old books. After passenger services stopped, the depot eventually got listed as a historic place on the National Register. The depot now hosts many train exhibits.
And last month we had a art and railroad exhibit. It was showing different art pieces from different styles and artists, depicting the railroad and trains.
Currently, it's hosting the National Reading Month exhibit, including The Little Engine That Could, The Polar Express, Train to Somewhere, and others. Visit the Nacogdoches Railroad Depot to see this historic site for yourself. Although it may be small, it holds a great amount of history. I'm Alana Davis for East Texas Explorer.
Let's keep this trend of Texas legends going by talking about one more.
Sounds good. It may not be on National Historic Registry, but around Nacogdoches, Butcher Boys is an institution. Butcher Boys has been around for 37 years and has had 2 different locations and even hosts some pieces of SFA history. Earlier this week, I popped in to talk to the owner, Billy Huddleston, and found out more about this local landmark. It's been a long road for Butcher Boys. Butcher Boys first started out as a little meat market and deli located at what is now known as Panda Cafe. Butcher Boys was established in 1977 by Billy Huddleston and his family. After working for Safeway for 8 years as a butcher, Billy and his family were inspired to have their own butcher shop.
We wanted to give customers a total service. Where the big stores, you have to hunt people to find, get what you need, and they wouldn't cut you anything special. So we had a full service market. We still do. We'll fix you anything you want anytime you come in here, from any kind of hamburger or sandwich to any kind of meat you want cut. We'll do it.
After moving Butcher Boys the first time, Billy realized he needed a much bigger space for his growing business, and that is when he found the permanent home of Butcher Boys located on North Street. Billy Huddleston has been a special cuts butcher since he was 14 and moved to Nac in 1969. When Billy opened Butcher Boys in 1977, he was the first special cuts butcher for Nacogdoches. Butcher Boys holds a few historic items, such as some of the first classroom chairs made for SFA students. As far as who will take over Butcher Boys, Billy said he doesn't know which family member it will be.
We're grooming them all now, to take over. Some of them say they want it, some of them don't. Whoever wants it can have it,
However, it could possibly be his granddaughter, Macy, who has been working for him for almost 2 years and went to culinary school.
And I told her, I said, you need to work for your grandpa for a while and learn the real business. So she's working for me right now.
Butcher Boys makes everything from scratch and has a reverse kitchen so you can see your food being made. For East Texas Explorer, I'm Jakara Anderson. We'll be back after the break with a story about a local sport you've probably seen but may not really know much about.
That's right. And I went to find out more about SFA program that teaches women how to protect themselves and how to kick a little butt at the same time.
So stay with us. Welcome back to East Texas Explorer.
There's so much to do in Nacogdoches, from skating to bowling to unique game played in here in our city parks. Here to tell us more is Casey Helms.
At Pecan Acres Park, there's something for everyone to do. One thing you may not know is that the park has its own disc golf course.
Pretty simple. It's really similar to golf in that the lowest score wins.
Though disc golf has been played in different ways by different names since the 1920s, the sport as we see it today didn't exist until the 1960s. It wasn't until Ed Hedrick invented the chain frisbee targets that we see today, and was given permission to build the first permanent disc golf course in 1975 that the game gained popularity. Though disc golf has gained enough recognition for serious enthusiasts to come together and compete, the game is mainly played by people just looking for a fun way to pass the time. Today, disc golf is one of the fastest growing games in the world. It's so popular that there are more than 3,000 disc golf courses in the country, with 4 of them in your own backyard, encouraging you to get up, get out, and get active. For East Texas Explorer, I'm Casey Helms.
Style never dies, and what goes around comes around. With that in mind, some Nacogdoches business owners are taking the popular thrifting trend to another level. Here's Gabriella Wesley to tell us about the Vagabond Vintage Store.
This small town is keeping the fashion cycle alive in a very retro way. A store that carries garments from all over the world is maintaining the diversity in our community.
We handpick all the stuff. It's mostly 80s and 90s stuff, and then it's you know, because we do buy it at some thrift stores, but we've got these big warehouses where we get bulk clothing, and then we sort through all of it and get the like the cream of the crop.
The store contains items ranging from ripped jeans, embellished evening gowns, and sports jerseys. A famous designer once said that fashion fades, but style is eternal. And Vagabond Vintage Store has been around since the 1990s. The store is located at 2027 North Street, and it's the one-stop shop for retro fashion lovers in our community. Unlike other local Nacogdoches thrift stores, all items are hand-selected. None of their garments can be found in a local mall. That is exactly what makes Vagabond stand out from the rest. Although the shop features a variety of clothes from every generation, their main focus is to keep everyone in Nacogdoches happy. For East Texas Explorer, I am Gabriella Wesley.
SFA offers a ton of free programs to students every semester. This week, I learned more about one particular program called RAD that the University Police Department provides to empower women. Here's what I found. The UPD provides a program for women at SFA. It's called the RAD program. It's a self-defense class that teaches women how to protect themselves. It started 10 years ago at SFA and has been growing ever since. Women sign up by calling the UPD or emailing them, finding out when the next available class is, or they can even have their class of their own.
To have a program of your own, and you have just a group that you want to get together, all you do is call the University Police Department, tell them you want to talk to somebody about RAD, they'll transfer you to me, and then we can always schedule a day to teach the class.
The instructors teach effective techniques that'll benefit the ladies if they were to ever be in a dangerous situation. They make up scenarios so the women can put their moves to use. After they've completed the class, they get a RAD book that tells them more about the program. Sergeant Amanda Kennedy joined the RAD program to inspire and empower women.
When I first came here, I heard about the self-defense class, and I've always enjoyed working with ladies and helping make them more aware of their surroundings and situations, and being able to help give them something to protect themselves. And so I immediately went to the chief here and was like, I'd love to be a part of this program because I love to help other people, especially, you know, women, to empower themselves.
For East Texas Explorer, I'm Bianca Berlenga.
Wow, that sounds like a great program. Are you thinking about giving it a shot?
Yeah, if I can kick butt and protect myself, I sure would do it.
I know I'm going to give it a shot. I'm all about women empowerment. After the break, we'll be back with 2 stories of unlikely heroes.
We'll also be telling you about a collaborative exhibition being put on by the Art and English departments right here at SFA. So don't go anywhere. East Texas Explorer will be right back. Welcome back to East Texas Explorer.
There are many talented students that attend SFA in Nacogdoches. This week, Megan Sellers got to explore how the creative writing and arts program at the university came together to make something pretty spectacular.
A collaborative project between Stephen F. Austin State University student writers and artists will culminate in the annual Pen and Pigment exhibit, which opened on the university's campus last week. Pen and Pigment is described as an annual event created to promote creativity and collaboration between creative writing and fine arts students. Advanced poetry and fine arts students start out by making a piece of work inspired by his or her own artistic vision, then exchange work anonymously, and each student chooses a work for which they wish to create a response. I got to sit down with Christine McDermott, an associate professor of English at the university who helped in starting this exhibit 6 years ago, to find out more about what the inspiration was behind the idea.
And one of the things that we found with creative writing and with people in the art department is that sometimes students get very involved with what they're doing and they're not seeing the arts as an exchange. And in the real world, arts are often collaborative and an exchange between artists, and we thought one way that we could get them to grow and expand their ideas was if we came up with this project.
The Griffith Gallery on the university campus is now featuring 20 paintings and 20 poems that explore how pen inspired pigment and pigment inspired pen. This exhibit will be open Tuesdays through Fridays until April 16th to the general public, and admission is free. Reporting for East Texas Explorer, I'm Megan Sellers.
Imagine going to the movies to watch a superhero action flick, but one of the main characters is different from what you expected. What if their ethnicity was different from what's in the comics? Does it matter? Some people say yes. Here's Tristan Hardy with more about it.
Everybody has their favorite superhero. Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, and many more. It's even better to see that one superhero in action on the big screen played by a respectable actor. However, comic book fans and people alike are very picky about who plays their favorite hero. Fox Studios announced that there will be a remake of the superhero group Fantastic Four. The cast is Kate Mara as Invisible Woman, Miles Teller as Mr. Fantastic, Jamie Bell as The Thing, and Michael B. Jordan as the Human Torch. It is aimed that it will be the first mixed race of heroes to make it to the big screen. When the internet found out that Jordan, a black actor, will be playing a character who was originally known to be white, they provided a negative response. Michael B. Jordan has been in movies and television shows such as Fruitvale Station and Friday Night Lights. He wasn't surprised when the people didn't like the idea of him playing Human Torch because he's black. Some students shared their views about the movie reboot. It doesn't faze some students that Jordan will be part of a superhero cast. Instead of worrying about the skin tone of the character, it's better to worry about the quality of the actor. Skin color shouldn't interfere with the character and his powers. Jordan says people don't like change too much, but the show must go on. He also said that the Human Torch is one of his favorite characters and that he just wants to get into it and do the best that he can do. Reporting for East Texas Explorer, I'm Tristan Hardy.
SFA is home to over 200 student organizations. Now, some of these organizations are coming together to put on SFA's first ever Grammy Awards show. Here's Alexis Morgan with more on the story.
Watch out, SFA, the Grammys might not be over. At least, not on this campus. F&M President Jalea Davis has teamed up with students from other organizations to put on the first annual SFA Grammy Awards.
SFA Grammy Awards is basically just, I like to think of it kind of like a yearbook. And with that, we let the students nominate, for example, Best Organization on Campus, Best Organization in Off Campus, Best SFA Party. Just let them get a little input of what they think.
Students are first nominated by themselves or by their peers. Once nominated, the nominees will be put on an official ballot, and students can then choose who they would like to vote for.
Hey, vote for me for class time, right? Yeah, no.
Award categories range from students to organizations as a whole.
Best campus event, which we most likely put on organizations. In classes, we have like Miss SFA 16, 15, 17, 14. So basically Mrs. and Mr. SFA. So that way you have that one person who really puts on for your class.
Voting will take place on the plaza every day from 11 to 2, or students can go to the OMA office, room 3.102. The Grammys will take place Tuesday, April 15, 2014 in the Grand Ballroom located in the Baker Patillo Student Center at 8 p.m. For more information, visit the Organization of Multicultural Affairs office. This is Alexis Morgan for East Texas Explorer.
We see many smiling faces around campus, but we don't usually see the story behind them. There is a student here at SFA who has gone through many health challenges, but that has not stopped her from following her dreams to come to college and graduate. Consuelo Bonilla went out to Relay for Life to get the story behind this student who is a survivor on a mission.
Relay for Life is a fundraising walk for everyone to participate and either celebrate being a survivor or to walk for a loved one that lost the battle. The event is centered in fundraising money to find a way to fight cancer and end it for good. The survivors are the ones who walk the first lap around the track to celebrate their victory against cancer. But in a crowd of survivors, there is one in particular who has gone through a benign brain tumor and even hydrocephalus. It all started when Madeline Rosek was about 5 weeks old. Her head circumference was abnormal, so doctors ran tests only to find out that she had hydrocephalus. Last year, at the beginning of the fall semester at SFA, she had to rush back to Houston and get urgent surgery because things started going wrong, and she basically stayed a whole semester at home, wishing she could come back to SFA as soon as possible to keep going with her studies. At the age of 16, she was told by her neurosurgeon that she had a benign brain tumor the size of a jelly bean. Rosek said that luckily it has not grown in 5 years, which the doctors confirm as a great sign. So far, she has had 10 surgeries, which according to her is pretty good comparing to other people. Even though she has gone through many surgeries and doctors, she does not let anything stop her from smiling, dancing, and walking to not only celebrate her being a survivor, but also to walk for her grandmother, who after many years lost the battle to cancer. Rosek got to decorate the bag that was illuminated in her grandmother's memory. She holds her mama, as she calls her, very close. Madeline Rosek will keep on fighting, keep on smiling, and keep on going with her studies until she graduates. For East Texas Explorer, I'm Consuelo Bonilla.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with more on local people, places, and organizations.
That's right, and if you'd like to see this episode or other Jack TV shows, check out our YouTube channel at Jack TV SFA.
We'll see you next time on East Texas Explorer.